Hello everyone, Vickieverlie here, the Rock and Roll Prophetess. Today we're going to take a look at the month of March for all sun sign, rising, and moon. It's going to be a big one because we're moving into eclipse season and it's the Aries Ingress. So two big astrological events, which I'll run over in a minute. But first, the decks that we're going to be using is the Rock and Roll Tarot Deck 3rd edition and the Morgan Greer Tarot. And then we're going to pull cards from the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards. And we're going to pull lots from the Lots of Love, the Lots of Answers, and the Lots of Proverbs. Before we get started, my name is Vickieverlie. You can find me at vickieverlie.com. That's the only way to access my services. I will never message you through social media. Those are imposters. Report them. Okay, let's go ahead and get busy here and take a look at the overall astrology before we break it down sign by sign with the card readings. Well, first of all, happy birthday to all you Pisces and Aries who are born in March. This is your solar return, very powerful time of renewal, setting your intentions, especially because we've got these eclipses coming in. The first event, the big event, is going to be the 10th. We're going to have that new moon in Pisces at 20 degrees of Pisces. Then the 19th is the big day. It's the Aries Ingress or the Aries Equinox. It's the astrological new year. It's a turning point. It's a start over. Even if your solar return is not there, it's the beginning of the zodiac. I am offering the Aries Ingress readings. This is going to be your last month to access those. So if you want to get in on it, you have this month only. Then the 25th, we rock right into eclipse season, starting with that full moon lunar eclipse in Libra, 5 degrees 7 of Libra. So this is a big culmination of some of the things that maybe went on last fall in Libra time and late September and October. And I believe we had an eclipse at that time too. This is bringing things to culmination, shining a light, giving awareness. Both the Aries Ingress and Equinox and the full moon eclipses, even though they're in the signs of Aries and Libra, it doesn't mean that you're not affected. Everybody is affected by these. These are somewhere in your chart, and that's the thing that we look over at the Aries Ingress reading, which is the featured reading of the month. It ends this month. It covers all the transits of the moment, including both the eclipses. So because the eclipses fall in the Aries Ingress so closely, it's only a few days later it starts, I'm putting them all kind of in one reading. So you're getting all the transits, including the Aries Ingress. It's a snapshot of the energy going forward for the astrological new year and at least the next season until June. And it's also, we're going to look at both of the eclipses, the spring eclipses, late March and early April. Okay, without further ado, let's get into the readings. And we're going to start with the sign of Aries. Well, Aries, you know, you're in the thick of it. This is your time. Happy birthday to all you Aries. You know, I do have the Aries Ingress, but I also offer a solar return. I offer a solar return painting class, but I offer these astrology reports that are very in-depth and very affordable, and you can find out more about that on my website. But this is the time to set your intentions. Even if you're an April Aries, when that Aries Ingress hits, it's major time to set those intentions. You've got the power of the 0 degrees of Aries, new beginnings, turning corners, change of seasons. So super powerful for all Aries. Pretty soon the sun will be in your sign, and it's like the ball's in your court. There's going to be an eclipse in your sign early in the next month of April. So we're rolling right into eclipse season. Get those affirmations ready. Get your intentions in order. And get ready to rock, the guide said. Okay, let's pull 3 first cards for Aries. We've got the King of Cups, the Moon card, well there it is, the full moon lunar eclipse, right? And the Temperance card. Notice that there's 2 major arcana cards, meaning higher forces are at work here. Then next we're going to do 3 cards from the Morgan Greer to round out the bottom here. We've got 1, 2, 3 cards for Aries. We've got the Queen of Swords. There again could be that Libra energy of the eclipse. The 5 of Rods, dealing with some conflict perhaps. And then the 4 of Rods, moving to a better place with more peace, harmony, perhaps moving. Well, we're talking right off the bat about this Pisces sign. Here comes the King of Cups, water sign energy, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. But we are going to have a new moon in Pisces on the 10th. And we're going to be in Pisces time until we roll into your sign on the 19th. So this moon energy could be that Pisces new moon where something really big could be sparking, and then it's going to come to fruition as we move into the later parts of the month. The moon energy is very strong. I would definitely get out under that moon, the full moon, both of them, and you know, look at it, be in its presence. Don't be sitting in the house with your looking at a screen. Get out in the air and actually look at it. You're major, especially around the time of this moon, it seems like you're majorly creating, you know, co-creating with the universe here with this Temperance card. Temperance is your guides, angels, and the, you know, spirits above, we might say, that are working things out for you. They hear what you're saying. They hear what you're saying on this full moon or this new moon, and they're working with you to try to collaborate, to try to make it happen. Many of you, if you've been struggling, there could be some kind of settled in your home. The home could be settled. Some of you, if you've been trying to move, you could actually see this new thing on the horizon. Whatever this change is in your home energy here, the Temperance is the higher source and the angels and guides and whoever. They have definitely been a part of working with you to try to manifest this and really make this happen for you. There's also a Queen of Swords here. Now, there's no gender in these readings, but the Swords is air energy, which includes Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. So it could be a person who has one of three of those signs, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Or it could be talking about the Libra eclipse here on the 25th. Also, if you've been, this could be sometimes this Swords energy. Sometimes this can be somebody who's like the judge who's going to settle it, you know, or the lawyer or something like that. So if you've been going through some struggles on that front, there is some change that comes about. And I mean, for some this could be a possible adversary, but I'm really not picking that up. I feel a lot of positive energy around this card. I love how all the flowers and the roses are just blooming all over it. So I feel like this person is going to help to smooth this over. This person, and working with your guides in the universe, is going to help to kind of smooth things over, iron things out, and get you to that place that you want to be with the Four of Rods here, where you have your happy, you know, home life. I was almost going to do the lots, but we have to do our animal totem first. This one stayed behind just in case if you wanted to see it. It was a dolphin, but that's not going to be your card necessarily. Let's go ahead and shuffle up on the animal totem again. Don't forget last call for the Aries Ingress reading. And certainly you guys being Aries yourself, this is going to be very powerful for you. Big time. Even if you're, again, if you're April Aries, doesn't matter. This Aries Ingress energy is really going to, you know, it's a powerful turning of the corner, setting the tones, new beginnings. Here, this one wants to flip, so we're going to take it. It's the Fox energy. Well, the Fox is sly and trickster energy too, so again, I feel like if you've been going round and round with something, you need this other person, another set of eyes, they're saying. This might even be a private eye or something, like a personal detective or private detective, or maybe even a detective who is in the, you know, in the police force or whoever. But it feels like there's some things going on, and the moon energy can indicate that as well, that are going to be uncovered. Okay, Fox, sly, sexy, charming shapeshifter, elevated sense of smell, acute hearing and mediumship, camouflage, retreat, insulate, survive. Keep to yourself until you know who to trust. Yeah, it's not. I feel like keeping to yourself is more about communing with your spirit guides, because the moon. These are both major arcana cards too, so this indicates higher forces are at work. Communing with your higher self, doing your meditation, going within, working with your higher self, working with the universe to manifest. Actual people will be coming in that you'll be working with too, but this going within thing, keeping to yourself, I feel like it's this air of, and if you're Aries rising, by the way, this whole Pisces stuff is in your 12th house, which would be an ideal time to do just that, you know, go within and do that 12th house, you know, meditation, contemplation, stuff like that. Okay, let's get your lots of love for Aries for the month of March. You're radiant. Yes, you are radiant, and you are radiating like radiate. No, 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 no. What is that? If you've not seen my videos, the guides always do come through with some songs for us. I think it's Lance Morris said that she might not even be saying it's like radiate. When you're already there, it's a good advice. No, 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 no. And who would have thought it figures? I'm probably getting all the lyrics wrong. But yeah, that song came through. Let's see. What's going to be our lots of answers for our Aries? Oops. And we have promising. So things are promising. don't get caught up in, a lot of times, Aries, you can't resist a good fight or a good argument. You'll dive right in. This is not the time for that. This is the time for smoothing things over, and it's going to get you to your end goal faster, where you really want to be. Okay, lots of Proverbs. It says, let sleeping dogs lie. Yeah, so some of you, if this is you wanting to get that retribution and wanting to, put them in their place and fight that battle, nah. Retreat to yourself, take that moon energy, work with the universe to shift your situation so you don't have to deal with this kind of thing anymore. I mean, this is just one card in the spread. Look at all the really bright and wonderful cards that are surrounding it. So you really are in this positive space, and really, the Aries Equinox, the Aries Ingress, it's such a positive thing for you. It's such a power. Take it the bull by the horns. Create your reality. Don't be creating, oh, that person, they did this, I'm going to fight. No, we want to be in that positive vibe so we can emulate that and therefore create it for the upcoming year for you guys and for many. All right, well, Aries, that is your reading. Don't forget to check your sun, rising, and moon for more insights. And don't forget about the Aries Ingress reading and the astrology report that I also have, which is very in-depth. It's a good time to order it around your birthday, because then you have your upcoming year all set there. Without further ado, next we're going to move on to the sign of Taurus. Well, Taurus, there's a lot going on for you, too. I mean, we're coming up. It's not this month, next month, but it's in orb. We're looking at the Taurus, Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in Taurus, in your sign. It's going to be 4/20 next month, but it's definitely coming up now. And that is something, additionally, I would cover in the Aries Ingress transit reading in your chart if you were interested in it. But let's get some cards going for the sign of, I was going to say Aries, because I'm so saying Aries Ingress so much, but this is actually for our Taurus friends for the month of March. And the eclipses affect everybody. You got the Ace of Swords, Victory, King of Cups, he was in the last reading, and the Queen of Pentacles, that's probably you. Again, no gender in these readings, so it's just the element. It's just the earth element, the water element, if you understand. I'll get into it a little more in a minute. Let's just get your next three cards for our Aries friends. For the month of March. Not Aries, Taurus, sorry, Taurus. It's always going to be whatever's up here, and my guides know what we're saying. If I happen to say the wrong sign, don't worry. It's the guides know what's up, okay? Here we go, Taurus. Here we go, Taurus. Here we go. When I shuffled, there's that same card that was in Aries reading. Ace of Cups, beautiful energy. And the Temperance, which was also in Aries energy. So we're working with the universe. We're working with the universe, all of us, I guess. Well, at least you and Aries are, in this time of Pisces. We've got this Pisces energy. No matter what your sign is, the Pisces time is a time of being dreamy, of communing with spirit, of having your own dreams, doing dream work, asking your guides and angels, because you got the Temperance here too. That's working with your guides and angels. Working with your guides and angels while you're sleeping, or asking for synchronicities, asking for messages, and they're going to come. There's a solution to every problem, the guides just said, because the Five of Rods usually is something you've been struggling with, perhaps somebody that you've been having a conflict with, or you've been in conflict with. But just like Aries, and maybe some of you are on the cusp, both readings would apply, but the card, it's only this one, and then these cards around it are just so beautiful. Note that you have two aces. You've got not only the Ace of Swords, but the Ace of Cups. So this is awesome energy for new beginnings in that Aries Ingress. Well, the new moon in Pisces, we got the Pisces energy and the Ace of Cups. New moon in Pisces, but the eclipses and the Aries Ingresses, these are turning points and changes for everybody. We're turning the corner. It's a new season for everybody, regardless of your sign. Aries, or Ace of Swords, I should say, that's a major breakthrough, a major victory, triumph. So that could be something you've been struggling with for a very long time, and all of a sudden, bam, you've got this big breakthrough, this big victory. You can see your way clear, and it's you're moving onward. Things are moving forward. We've got all the planets direct. Now, you can't help but notice that this Ace of Cups and this King of Cups do align with each other. And the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups do seem to be very much engaged. They're both looking at each other. Pay attention to that. If the cards are looking at something, looking away from something, Also in my deck, if you see any little words pop out or it looks like it says something, definitely pay attention to that. That's your guides, you know, talking to you. And if you do see a word pop out at you, make a note of it in the comment. Be sure to say what sign it's under, because we're doing all 12 signs. But I'd like to hear what people see in these cards. But some of you, a major love thing could be showing up for you. Or if you've been in a long-term relationship even, and there's been some fighting, arguing, some conflict, you could turn over a new leaf. But for most, I feel like this is going to be a new thing, orchestrated by the universe. Mix just the right mixture of this and that. You know, each brings a little bit of what you're looking, they bring a little bit of what they're looking for, and it makes this beautiful match here. The other thing is, you know, earth and water are very harmonious. This would be you, by the way. Very harmonious. Water feeds earth. The other thing is, if this is a romantic thing, the Ace of Cups here, I mean, the Ace of Cups with this King of Cups is a king, and he's emotionally ready. He's not playing baby head games. He's not, you know, screwing you around, or, you know, you feel secure. You know where you stand. He's offering that loving cup. He's got it out there, and the loving cup is backed up here. I love the lotus flower and how things are blooming here. The lotus is that spiritual enlightenment too, and working with and asking for your guides. So if you are looking, whatever you're looking for, whatever you're trying to attract or bring into your life, work with your guides and angels, because they're right there ready to work with you, and they're putting things together to make your life better, or to give you what you're asking for, really. It's more about that, right? Okay, let's get the animal totem for our Taurus friends. And this is going to be for Taurus for the month of March of 2024. Taurus sun, rising, or moon signs. And what's the card? The rabbit. A lot of abundance. Rabbit is major abundance because they reproduce all the time. But also, if some of you have just started a new relationship, maybe you're, you know, having a lot of intimacy. You know, usually when we do, you know, start a new relationship, a lot of times there is, you know, we're more romantic because we just are getting that, you know, we have that honeymoon phase where we're really falling in love and we really got that mojo going. So I do feel like that's definitely going to be part of it. But beyond just the sexual, you know, doing it like rabbits, as they say, you know, this is also going to be something that is abundant for you. And rabbit is considered very good luck too. You know, they always say, you know, that's why people used to carry rabbit's foot around. It's a horrible practice, but we used to do that. We would carry around rabbit's feet, and you know, it was for good luck. Okay, sensitive, artistic, clever, nimble, outsmarting adversaries by staying one step ahead, following, I can't even see taking colossal leaps and sprinting into the future, heightened libido and procreation. Yeah, but taking colossal leaps, and with all these aces, and we've got the Aries Ingress, and we've got the new, you know, the eclipse season starting here, you know, definitely some colossal leaps could be taken. Okay, let's see here. Leap into your new life. Yeah, let's get your lots of love for Taurus. Ooh, impotent. So somebody that you've been dealing with in the past might have been impotent. From all indications here, that's not the case there. You know, but sometimes I've talked to people like this before, and sometimes when somebody's dealing with some impotency, a lot of times the women or the partner will take it on themselves, like, oh, what's wrong with me that I can't, you know, and that's not the case. It's other things going on in that person. Don't blame yourself. Okay, oh, lots of answers. I'm in the wrong bag here. Lots of answers. Uncertain. We don't know at this time. Well, you're going to know. You're going to know by the time this month's over with the eclipse and everything else that's happening. And finally, we've got what goes up must come down. Yeah, so I feel like some of you with this impotent and what goes up must come down, you're coming out of a bad relationship, and there's maybe some residual energy kind of hanging around from that bad relationship. So you need to just shake that off, start communing with spirit, start working with you, start working on you. You know, this Ace of Swords is very much a singular thing. It's about me now. It's about what I want to do. And this full moon eclipse, well, any full moon, but a full moon eclipse, is a powerful time to do some purging. So if you need to do some purging from some ex or recent ex or whatever, even it could just be somebody at work that annoys you, or, you know, and, you know, maybe they're incompetent and that's why they try to, you know, push it off on you or whatever. It's going to be different for everybody, of course. But, excuse me, this is the time, the full moon would be the time if you need to do that releasing. And then we've got these beautiful new beginnings. Always with the new beginning, it's something is left behind. So let's leave behind this kind of stuff and move into this beautiful energy that's showing up here. I mean, really, really great for you, Taurus. Beautiful. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to check your rising and moon sign. And don't forget, it's last call for the Aries Ingress reading. Again, we're going to look at the eclipses. We're going to look at all the spring transits. So it's a major astrology reading. And it'll only be available for, I keep mixing the cards in the wrong deck, for the rest of this month. So if you haven't got, I know many order every year. And again, this year you get that little extra bonus because we're going to look at the eclipses too, because they fell in so close. I wasn't going to offer a separate eclipse reading. Okay, without further ado, let's move on to the sign of Gemini. Well, Gemini, like everybody, you're affected. Here's the thing with you, the Aries and the Libra energy, it's kind of harmonious with you. Not that the eclipse might not bring about some kind of big event, for sure, it definitely can and will for many. But it's kind of, these Aries ingress times, this full moon lunar eclipse in Libra, it's more aligned with your energy because it's a trine and a sextile. It's in the air and water, air and fire elements, and you're air. You're an air sign, so air and fire go together, and so it's more harmonious with you. Again, not to say that you wouldn't have some kind of big turnabout. The guides just said turnabout is fair play. Everybody's going to be having some big turnabout, so. But maybe yours is going to be a little bit more on the positive side, because I know some people get so afraid of the eclipses. First card you have is the Ace of Pentacles, followed by the Fool, and finally the Ten of Cups. Nice energy for the top row here. Again, if you see any words or anything in the top, take note of it, because that's your actual spirit guides trying to send you a message through this reading, a personal message. And if something does stand out to you and you want to share in the comments, I'd love to hear it. Make sure you say what sign it was for. Gemini, right? Okay, 3 more cards for Gemini for the month of March. March of 2024. Gemini Sun, Rising Moon, that one came out, so then we're going to stop and cut. And we're going to have the Strength card, and we're going to have the Emperor card. Okay, you know, sometimes the Emperor is associated with the sign of Aries, and so there's, again, calling back to that Aries ingress for you. Well, you know, some of you have been on guard for some time. You feel like you have to be on guard. You feel like you, perhaps, you know, you have to have your guard up. And it's been a little bit of a rough way to go. Maybe surrounding your job. Could be surrounding your job or something. Strength, it's like saying, have strength and hang in there. It's going to be okay. Something new. Many of you are going to have some kind of new beginning in money, or new job feels the strongest. The Fool also feels is a 0, so it's going down a new path. This is all about the new beginnings here. The Aries ingress is a new beginning. The Pisces new moon is also a new beginning. But I feel like some of you have been caught in this thing of where you just have to always be on guard. It might be having to do with your job, or maybe it could even be your neighbors. You know, I feel that way sometimes about my neighbors, definitely. You know, where you have to always have your guard up, and, you know, always be, are they messing around in my yard, or what are they doing, you know, or at work, or what's going on at work. I feel like I always have to be, I can't just be in flow, because I always have to be like defending my territory almost, you know. Well, all that, you have to have strength and hang in there. Maybe some of you have been hanging in there for quite a long time. Maybe even since the time of Leo. I'm going to light a little smudge here. Well, that's all about to change, because you do have that Ace of Pentacles up there. Let me just get a little, I feel like I need to light a little smudge here. Ace of Pentacles, of course, is a new beginning in money, often a new job. You're putting your foot upon a new path, or there's an opportunity to do so at this time. And what a lovely path it is, because it's followed up by this Ten of Cups here. This is the ultimate happiness, love. Some of you, this could be some kind of getting married thing, but it does seem to be a little bit more about, especially with Emperor over here, maybe a little bit more about financial leaning for some. But, you know, Ten of Cups is the marriage card, so some of you may be getting married or planning a wedding or something along those lines, maybe even with a Leo. But for most, I just feel like it's, oh, I'm out of this mess. I've got the money. I've got the new job, so I don't have to put up with this anymore. I've got the money to move, so I don't have to put up with this anymore. You know, whatever it is, it's opening this new path, and it's filled with so much happiness for you. Again, another reason I lean a little towards work and money, because the Emperor is here. Regardless of gender, the Emperor is the person who is in a position of authority. So the boss, the executive, the, you know, whoever, the judge if you're going to court, you know, this is the person that is making this decision. That is the big change that brings about the big change for you. Or maybe if you're trying to move, maybe this is the person, the real estate agent or the bank loan person, or, you know, something like that. In most cases, I feel like this could be a new job, and this is going to be like the boss or the person who hires you, but it's just going to bring so much peace to your life. You're not going to have to be in this 9 of rods mode anymore, where you feel every day that you have to, like, be watching around what's happening and always be ready to defend yourself or whatever's going on. You can just be in peace and in flow, and it's a big change. Well, you know, it's not surprising, because these two things, these ingresses and eclipses, they bring the big changes. Again, sometimes the Emperor is Aries, so we might be looking at the Aries ingress, or happening later in the month of March as we move into Aries, after the Aries ingress. After the 19th, the Sun will be in the sign of Aries. All right, Gemini, let's get your Aries. I got Aries on the brain, right? But we want to talk about the animal totem now for our Gemini friends for the month of March. Sun, rising, moon, Gemini. If this doesn't resonate, check out the other signs, your Sun, rising, moon, or a cross watcher. Okay, here we go. We have got the wolf howling at the moon, and the wolf howling at that full moon lunar eclipse, right? The wolf is also a pack animal. So you can find your tribe, find your soul tribe, find your pack, you know, in this new beginning. Maybe this is just because you don't fit there, and the universe is trying to give you a little push and push you out of the way here into what's right for you. Wild spirit of the wilderness, impeccable instincts draw your path. Follow your instincts, right? Needing freedom to roam far and wide. Embracing the interdependency of all life. Well, that interdependency thing, that's all about that. That's all about that tribe, you know, because the wolf pack. I mean, there are lone wolves, but for the most part, the wolf to me is always talking about that, finding your tribe, finding your group, finding your soul tribe. Okay, let's go ahead and draw lots of love for Geminis. You have reflect. So you need to reflect on how you got there, and so you don't end up repeating that pattern again, right? You want to get into a different mode. Reflect on where you've been so that you can go forward on your new path, which is, you know, showing up here really strong, okay? Next, we've got unlikely. Well, I think the unlikely is if some of you are, because sometimes with the strength card, it's like, well, I'll just stick it out. I'll just stick it out till, you know, it's going to get better. Maybe this or maybe that's going to happen, and I'll just stick it out. I don't really want to make this big move right now. Unlikely anything's going to change, okay? You have to put your foot upon the new path with the Fool there. Okay, let's see. Finally, the lots of proverb is, if you can dream it, you can do it. Yeah, that's so true, Gemini. And speaking of, like, dreaming it, right away that triggered to me to go back to this Pisces time. I mean, we are going to be in Pisces time until the 19th, and Pisces time is all about that dreaming. The Pisces energy is about dreaming, communing with your spirit guides, doing the dream work. You know, you can do dream work. You can ask for things to be shown before you go to sleep. You can program your subconscious mind, like even through self-hypnosis tapes, or you can make your own. You know, it's so easy to make your own right now on your phone. You know, and then you can just play it on repeat while you're sleeping, you know. These kinds of things to change your mindset from feeling on guard, to the Fool of being wide open, you know, being wide open and, you know, just happy to be in life and accepting in all the joy and finding that new soul tribe that you've been longing for, Gemini, because you are social creatures. Geminis are very social creatures. So interactions with groups and people, very, very much a Gemini attribute, okay? All right, Gems, well, thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to check the rising and moon sign, or check your partner or whoever else you might be watching for. Remember, last chance, last call for the Aries Ingress reading. I know many order every year. Very popular reading. It's the astrological new year. We will look at those eclipses as well, and the Jupiter Uranus, and there's a Chiron North Node conjunction. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to talk about for everybody. But without further ado, let's move on over to the sign of Cancer. Well, Cancer, like I remind you every time, you know, you are one of the cardinal signs. So anytime that there's a movement to a cardinal sign, which is what the Aries Ingress and Aries Equinox is all about. I don't think I have a wheel. Here's a wheel. I tell this all the time, but maybe some people haven't heard of it before. Don't know what I'm talking about. So there's 4 cardinal signs. The 4 cardinal, got the Aries and Libra. That's where the Aries Ingress and the Eclipse is happening, right, in this axis. But then there's crossing that is the other cardinal signs, which is Capricorn and Cancer. So every time that there's an ingress, like the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere, you know, the Cancer ingress in the summer, that's going to be, you know, your season. But every time it goes in here, we get these seasonal changes. You being one of the cardinal signs, you'll feel it. I mean, it kind of, the guides are saying it'll pack a punch. So you can really work with this energy. It's really powerful to change your life and manifest and create what you're wanting to create at this time. Oh, if I turn this light on, let's try turning this light on and see if that's going to give us some. It's not much of a difference, is it? Oh well, you can see. I'm sure you can see. We're getting to the point where this is going to move over and create this, so we might have to break for that. But anyways, let's take a look. What's coming up for Cancers? Sun, rising, and moon in the month of March of 2024 for Cancers. 3 cards from the Rock and Roll Tarot. If you see any words and things standing out on here, be sure to note it, because it is a message from your guides. And if you want to drop a comment and let me know the word that you saw, especially if you thought it said one thing and then it said another, then you know that that's a message from your guides. So your first 3 cards, you've got the Wish card, Knight of Rods, and the Star. Beautiful energy. Next 3 cards for the Aries for March 2024. 1 for Cancer. My guides know it's Cancer. If I say the wrong thing, don't worry about it. The guides know what we're doing. And it's right here. That's what, sometimes I say the wrong thing. I'm Aries Ingress. I've got Aries Ingress on the brain because it's so powerful this month. Okay, so we've got the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Rods. Knight of Rods showed up twice. So that's powerful. One second. The other thing that's interesting about this particular bottom row is the Chariot's here, with great card and everything. But the Chariot also, the Chariot talks about, it's your card. Every card in the major arcana, well, the first 12 are assigned to, and this one is yours. Cancer is the Chariot. That's your card. And I love that it's your card and it aligns directly with the Wish card there. So that's beautiful energy. Your wish is coming true. You're going to get what you want. Something beautiful is on the way. It looks, we're talking fire sign. We must be, because we got double Knight of Rods. So that's, again, the Aries Ingress as we move into the fire. But, you know, there's no gender in these readings. And we've got, so some of you might just be dealing with a fire sign person. Knight would be a younger person. They may be a part of making this wish come true for you, whatever that case may be on that. We got the beautiful Star energy. Notice that the Star, well, Star is always your angels, your spirit guides, you know, your blessings, are raining down all the blessings upon you. And it is next to this Knight of Rods, and it's next, the 2 cards that it directly connects with, the Star, is the Knight of Rods on this side and the Knight of Rods below. So definitely the Knight of Rods energy is, you know, somebody that's been sent, heaven sent, you know, some kind of a blessing, heaven sent, that's coming in. And this person is going to be super powerful for you to manifest this wish, whatever your wish is that you're working on right at this time, right? I don't know if this light's doing any good. It might just be creating a little bit. I'm going to have to get a different light. Well, anyways, Chariot is big success. Could be travel, but it's big success. It's a phoenix rising from the ashes. There's going to be news coming about money with this Page of Pentacles. All the young dudes carry the news. So there's some kind of news about money coming that is a huge, big success. But what I'm getting is you can breathe a big sigh of relief. This is something that you've been wanting to, maybe even since the time of Capricorn, all the way back in January, that you've been trying to manifest your Cancer. And it's coming in, and this person is going to be oh so important. But also I think it's the time frame, again, of the Aries time frame and the Aries ingress. Maybe it has to do with travel, but for mostly I feel like it's just the victory. It's just the success. It's just getting that brass ring and getting to where you want to go. And you have that beautiful blessing of the star energy raining down that spiritual blessings. I love it. Best reading today so far for you, Cancer. You're moving in this wonderful positive energy. A long cherished dream, the guys just said. Okay, let's do one more card from the animal totem, and then we'll move on to our lots after this. Let's see here. Grasshopper, leaps and bounds, jumping from leaps and bounds. Grasshoppers super lucky. Grasshoppers and crickets, that's why some Asian people would keep them in little cages because as pets, because it brings luck into the home and everything. Health, blessings, fertility, the gift of song. Inspired creation reveals your true spirit. Definitely your true spirit wants to come through with the star energy, okay? Reincarnation, discovering your soul path. Again, star, yes. Advancement by leaps and bounds. Yeah, and with these also, astrology is aside, but these Page of Rods here, Knight of Rods, man, things can really move quickly when they show up. And this grasshopper, like things could all of a sudden just change and leap. And, you could really be sitting in this positive energy and getting that long cherished wish. That's what the guides just keep telling me. Long cherished dream, they keep saying. All right, let's move over and get some lots of love. Lots of love for our Cancer friends. And you have engaged. Oh, so some of you, maybe somebody's going to pop the question. If that's even really a thing anymore, I don't know. But it is. It definitely is. People are still getting married. My daughter just got married a couple months ago. So some of you might be getting engaged. Maybe that's that long cherished wish. All right, next. It says naturally. Yeah, so what it's naturally, that's a yes, but naturally, and all this stuff here about this, your soul's path and your soul spirit, aligning with that spirit and doing what comes naturally, therefore being in flow with spirit, being in flow with your higher guidance, being in flow with your true north node, your true soul's calling. I have to get a drink. I know some people don't like it, but I have to. All right, here we go. The early bird catches the worm. Okay, well, that could mean a lot of things to a lot of people. It could be just that, get up early, be the first one to arrive, whatever the case. A lot of this is about being kind of speedy, because the rods, the fire energy is quick, the grasshopper's quick, the early bird catches that worm. So a lot of this is about maybe being the first one, maybe if you're looking for a job, for instance, don't skip a day checking those, job boards or whatever you're doing. Get up early in the morning, check those job boards, and get that resume up there, be that response, put that response in quickly. Just be on the ball, be on the outlook for opportunities and things, because things are changing drastically here for you, Cancer. Could be for the best, though. Again, I want to say you guys have probably one of the best readings so far with this beautiful Wish card and Star and Chariot. Chariot's a great card, but again, it's your card, so great. Sorry about the change of light. I think I'm going to stop after this and try to get some different lighting set up here. There's not much I can do about the movement of the sun, But, you saw the cards. Anyway, so, hey, Cancers, thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to check your sun, rising, and moon. And again, the Aries ingress, we're going to cover it all. We're going to cover the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. We're going to cover both of the eclipses and the Aries ingress, all packed into one reading. So really cool, really powerful. Have a great month, and we'll talk again next month. Okay, we're back, and we're moving on to the sign of Leo. Done a little change up for the lighting. Hopefully it helps. It blocked off the sunlight from the window. So we're just using this indoor light now. Okay, Leos. Well, you know, you also fire sign. Aries ingress, right up your alley. Libra, sextile. Gonna affect everybody. Let's see what the cards have to say for Leos for March of 2024. Leo, sun, rising, and moon. We've got the Hermit, Seven of Swords, and Page of Rods, fire energy. Let's not make any glare. Let's get that where we don't have any glare, but you can still see it. Okay, next we're going to do 3 more cards from the Morgan Greer. 3 cards from Morgan Greer. I need to move this over. There we go. For Leo, sun, rising, and moon. Leo, Leo, Leo. Let's see what we got here. I want to say Pentacles, but it's Devil. 6 of Pentacles. And finally, 5 of Pentacles. Well, I like that the 5 and the 6 are together here because it talks about, you know, moving out of this state of lack. You've been through some stuff here, Leo. You got this 7 of Swords. Something's been taken away from you. You felt like you were in bondage. But somehow you're making a turnaround. You're making a comeback, I want to say. You needed this hermit time to kind of reflect on the whole thing. And I feel like maybe some of you have either left a job or left a relationship. And it feels like, you know, you're still in bondage energetically. And then this Hermit card is allowing for you to become untangled, you know, get yourself away from that energy so that you can emerge anew. You know, as the new year in the Aries ingress, and we have this new astrological year, there's some residual, you know, things here because of that 5 of Pentacles. It does talk about kind of feeling a little bit down still, kind of feeling like a little bit like you've been through it. You know, you've really been through it. You've really been through the ringer on something. But that's about to turn around, especially when we hit over here, when we hit into this fire energy. Then it seems like everything just starts perking up, and that, of course, is going to be in the 19th as we move into the Aries ingress. Then things are perking up. I also see if there's been a lull in your employment, there definitely could be some money coming in. Or if some of you, maybe if you've gotten a divorce or something, and maybe you're going to have to get, you know, some kind of a settlement or something like that, because sometimes the Hermit can also be wise counsel as far as, you know, a lawyer or somebody along those lines. But it feels like you get this money. It allows you to get out of this bad situation energetically, or, you know, in reality, or whatever the case may be. It allows you to be free from it. And by the time we hit that Aries eclipse, or the Aries ingress, I should say. Well, maybe the Aries eclipse, which is at the beginning of the month, next month. Because sometimes when I say stuff by accident, it's not accident. There's going to be an April 8th Aries eclipse, so next month. But by the time we get into the Aries energy over here, things are starting to change. You're starting to feel like your old self again. You're starting to have that upbeat energy that's Leo all day long, you know, that upbeat, positive vibes that is really your true nature, you know. But everybody gets dragged down. Things happen to everybody. I'm hearing, everybody plays the fool sometimes. No exception to the rule. Listen, baby. Maybe factual, maybe cruel. Okay, let's see. Let's get the animal totem for Leo. Again, if this doesn't resonate, then check your rising and moon signs here. Ooh, Stingray. Stingray's a really powerful and a good card, and it's really cool energy. Stingrays are super powerful. When I see the Stingray come out, I want to say, Leo, that you're stronger than you know. I mean, Leos are strong anyway, but you're stronger than you know. You're strong enough to get through all this and glide through life gracefully. And that's a lot about what the Stingray energy is about. Elegant, electric, fluid, deep, unwavering persistence, ambition, responsible wielding of innate power, maneuvering gracefully through life. Yeah, you know, you guys are always have that grace, that dignity, that pride, that charm. You know, you turn on that charm. So this isn't something that you can get through. Eclipse season is going to change up a lot of things for a lot of people. So, you know, I'm just hearing what goes around comes around. So leave it to the universe, though. Don't get caught in vengeance. Move on, make your life better. How can you make your life better and therefore raise the vibration of everything around you? Okay. Let's get the Lots of love. It says passion. Yeah, well, when you get the bondage card, the devil and the passion card, that can be kind of the same thing. Maybe that's what kept bringing you back. You know, sometimes it's just this, when you get in the same room with somebody, there's this undeniable sexual attraction, and you know, you go, I'm going there to get my stuff, and then we're done, and then you end up in bed, and you know, it happens, you know. And it's not always about necessarily, it's not rational. I was just thinking, there was this guy years ago, and for some reason, I mean, he was not attractive. He wasn't even, we didn't have anything in common. I mean, I don't even know. I didn't do charts, full charts back then, but every time we saw each other, it was just like something came over us, and we just was crazy. You know, he was a lot older than me, and he had a big belly and was kind of bald and had like a long scraggly beard, which was not in style back then. I mean, it was, and he smelled sometimes too. And every time I'm just like, ooh, what was I thinking? I wasn't thinking. It was just going on that animal instinct. You know, there was something about him. I don't know what it was. It was so crazy. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this. You got a yep. So that's a yes. A yes for your answer. Okay. And then finally, I don't know why I told that story. Maybe I should try to edit it out, but I probably won't. I didn't disclose any names or any details. But anyways, let's get the last one, which is the proverb. Make hay while the sun shines. Yeah, well, the sun is shining in these eclipses, the Aries ingress. You are ruled by the sun. Sun is your ruling planet, your ruling luminary. So, not planet, luminary. So, that sun energy is super powerful for you no matter where it falls. And it's not like a Leo to be down in the dumps like this. Down, you know, you won't stay down for too long anyway. Many of you, especially if you're right at the beginning of Leo, Pluto has moved into Aquarius, your opposite sign. So that could be bringing, you know, that's definitely making some effects on our Leos here. Because you've got, that's your opposite sign. So that could be something crazy going on with your, you know, person, your partner. Maybe all of a sudden they changed and everything's different. Whatever the case, you're going to come back. You're going to maneuver this with grace as always, because you are probably one of the most graceful signs of the zodiac. And you're going to come back. Take a little time to reflect, and then by the time we hit that fire sign energy, bam, you're back on track. Okay, Leos, well, thanks so much for tuning in. If this doesn't resonate again, check the rising and moon. But, you know, there could be, we're going through a little bit of a, you know, stormy weather here, or tumultuous times with these couple of aspects. But it's only meant to realign you with your highest source. If you want to take a look at it in more detail, last call for the Aries ingress. And next we're going to move on to the sign of Virgo. All right, Virgos. Well, we're going to have a new moon in Pisces on the 10th, which is in your opposite sign. So for those of you looking to partner up, or looking for romance, or looking to find a partner, that could be a very positive day for you. I mean, if you were going to maybe put your profile up on a dating app, or even like, maybe even like seeking out some sort of business partner, this new moon in Pisces could definitely be a positive time where those types of things could manifest. Okay, we're going to get 3 cards from the Rock and Roll Tarot for Pisces. Again, if any of the lettering or words stand out to you, pay attention, because that is your spirit guides and angels actually sending you a personal message. If you do get a personal message from these words and you want to share in the comments, we'd love to hear it. Next, we're going to pull 3 cards for Virgo Sun Rising from the Morgan Greer deck. 1, 2, and 3. Got the Wish card, nice. Followed by the Strength card. Followed by the 3 of Swords. Well, whatever's going on here, you're gonna come through it. The guide said you're gonna come through it with flying colors. That's what they're saying. So something went on. Something went on here, because you do have this 3 of Swords down here, right? And that 3 of Swords is that you've had some kind of hurt and heartbreak. You know, and Virgos, you're ones that a lot of times you'll just suck it up. You won't complain. You won't say, hey, you hurt me. You'll just trod right along, keep on trucking on down the road. 1 second. And you don't often share your feelings or let people know that you've been hurt. But whatever the case, you've been strong. You've been wanting something this to end, or you've been wanting this to be resolved, or you've been wanting a change out of this, and your wish is coming true. I mean, you've got the wish card. So whatever question that you had when you tuned into this reading, you're getting a big yes. Your wish is going to come true. Some kind of big decision is being made, whether it's by you. It feels like it's, for most people, I would think it might be outside people. Like somebody else is making this decision, but yet it affects you. You've got 10 of Pentacles here, so some nice money. That is the highest money card in the deck. Sometimes it can talk about property, and then you've got this moving here too. This is also moving on from emotional things that have built up, and with the Three of Swords underneath it, it could, you know, definitely tie into that. But 10 of Pentacles sometimes is property, you know, and with this, it could be, so some of you, maybe somebody made a decision. I keep wanting to say somebody made a mistake. That's what wants to come out of my mouth. So maybe for some, somebody made a mistake. But what I'm trying to say is somebody made a decision that benefits you financially and allows you to move on, whether it's, maybe it's a buyout at work, maybe you're going to buy a house, maybe you're selling a house, maybe you're getting a big income tax check and you're allowed to move, it allows you to move. Whatever the case, I love that this wish card is here. I mean, that's a very, very positive thing. You are dealing with some Three of Swords energy, so there's something there that you maybe have to get past or get over. But again, this card tells us that you would be doing that, right? Okay, let's go ahead and get an animal totem. Animal totem for Virgo, Sun, Rising, and Moon. Got the dog. You know, you carry dog energy because you're a team player. Dogs are pack animals. You're of service. Dogs are so much of service. You know, they just want to please and help you. That's very much, you know, maybe some of you even lost a pet. It might be with next to this Three of Swords. I hope that's not the case, but, you know, it might be something like that. Loyal companion, protector, and ally. Immense capacity for unconditional love. Service to the pack, group incarnation. To have friends, you must be a friend. Yeah, this dog energy, I feel like it's also talking about fun and play, because dogs are always so happy and fun and play and everything. So, you know, maybe you need to get out there and have some fun and play and not be so caught up in some of these, you know, this energetic frequencies. But let's go ahead and get our lots of love for Virgo. Oh, I got two. I'll pull them both out. I got Martyr and Rebel. You know, you can take that Rebel as rebel, too. Don't be the martyr. Rebel against that. Rebel against the propensity or the inclination to be a martyr with this energy. And go towards that, you know, that wish card. Step out of that comfort zone a little, Virgo. It's eclipse season. I mean, stuff's happening. Let your hair down. Let it loose. Let it fly. I just heard pretty fly for a white guy. Okay, likely. So your yes, no, maybe is likely. So chances look good. Okay, last but not least, let's get our lots of proverb. It's never too late to be who you might have been. Yeah, that's so true. I just lost my ring on the ground here. Oh my gosh, the ring fell off my finger. See, I feel like that's significant. I feel like that's talking about some of you may be taking that wedding ring off. You may be. Some of you may be getting divorced and moving on, but you're going to have more fun now. You're not going to be in this mode anymore. Wishes are coming true. You're going to find your, you know, with the Virgo. It's funny I'm saying it Virgo, but it's the dog card. You know, you could find that pack. You can find that new group of people. If you've been all work and it's just about, well, we got to do this, do that, divide this up, do that. Even if it's not a divorce or whatever's going on, this is like, oh, let's go out and just have some fun for once. Let's just really have a good time, have some fun. And, you know, find some cool people. Go play, go throw the frisbee. You know, go throw that frisbee outside, get some sunshine. This too shall pass. And it's already passing. You've got the wish card right there. Okay, Virgo? Hey, if you want to get in on that Eclipse read or Aries Ingress reading, you know, technically, but it's we're going to cover the eclipses. We're going to cover the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. We're going to cover all the major transits to your chart. So it's very informative and packed full of stuff. And it's almost like, you know, two readings in one. It's an eclipse reading and it's a Aries Ingress. Got, you know, last month to get in on that. And then without further ado, let's go ahead and move over to the sign of Libra. Well, you're in the spotlight, Libra. Full moon eclipse in your sign. You're right in it. So, I mean, this is powerful. This is going to bring to culmination, perhaps, something that went on all the way back around your solar return of your birthday. What wish did you make at that time? What went on at that time? What were you manifesting? That flew out. Manifesting at that time. Well, now it could come to culmination. It could come to culmination for good or for ill, I'm hearing. Like, it could be... maybe it's coming to culmination like, you know what, this just isn't going to work. Sometimes that'll happen on eclipses. Things can be eclipsed out of your life. It's like, you know what, I thought I wanted this, but it's just not working out. But that's good. That you have that realization is good, because you don't want to keep beating a dead horse forever and ever, right? So something is coming to culmination. Let's see what else we get in the cards here. Let's do 3 more for Libra, Sun, Rising, Moon. For March, Ace of Cups. Nice. Then we have the 2 of Swords. And finally, oops, there's 2 cards there, but it's actually the King of Swords, which is your card. You are the King of Swords, regardless of gender. So that's really cool, and I like that you're the king. You're coming out on the other side as the king. You're not the page, you're not the knight, you're not the queen, you're the king. Because beyond gender and age, these the page, knight, queen, king represent stages of evolution. And when you come to the energy of the king, this means that you've come to the energy of really becoming more fully yourself, right? Well, the moon did flip right out, and that lunar eclipse, there it is, the moon in your sign, you know, it's going to be something. There's something that you do have to let go of. Something that's not bearing fruit, the guides are saying. Something that's not bearing fruit and is not bringing you the things that you are wanting and needing, that it's time to let it go. It's time to move past it. There's other options, but right at the moment, you may not know exactly which one you want. There may be some little bit of, well, maybe this, maybe that, I don't know. We're going to get down to this Ace of Cups. You're going to know. You might even know, for some, Ace of Cups could be a new beginning in water. New beginning in the Pisces new moon, which precedes your eclipse earlier in the month. But if you don't know, follow that thing that lights you up, that gives your soul energy, that is your creative expression in this world. And it doesn't have to be, when I say creative expression, it doesn't necessarily have to be creative in the form of the arts. It could be creative in the form of, you know, you creating your life. What brings you joy? What lights you up? What makes your soul sing and your heart sing? That's the thing to proclaim to yourself and the universe, or maybe to other people. Make that decision on that moon, on that new moon here in Pisces, and then by the time we get to that full moon eclipse, you should be at this place. Another thing is, maybe there's something that a dream you always wanted to do, or maybe there's something that you were even dreaming about the last time we had this round of eclipses. So the other times that we've had this round of eclipses would have been in 2005 and 2006. And then we had 86 and 87, and even before that, 67 through 69. So, and if you were born in like 67 or 86, or those years that I just mentioned, you're having a nodal return too. So there's that. But maybe it's something that you were wanting to do back then, but you just, you feel like you failed at it, or it just didn't work out, whatever the case. Now you're older and wiser. When you know better, you do better. Now you're the king. Now you can step forth with confidence. It's not going to go down the same way it went down last time. It's going to be different. It's going to be better, because you are more experienced. You're more seasoned. You're a more seasoned contender. That's what my guides are coming through with. This seems a little crooked. There we go. All right, let's get a shuffle going and get your animal totem for our Libra. So super powerful. What are you wanting to release at this time, Libra? What do you want to release, leave behind? This is the most powerful full moon of this. It's your one and only full moon of the year, number one. And it's an eclipse. So big time. I mean, really hugely powerful for you, okay? Let's see here. We got the beavers. So beavers are builders. You know, they're building their dams. They're, by building their dams, they're blocking off stuff that they, some of the flow, and then they're only allowing through, what they need, or, what's good for them. So, sorry, I had to make a little noise there. So that's the deal with the, I'm going to light some smudge too. I want to light some smudge because I'm picking up this full moon. It's a good time too, the full moon, especially the full moon eclipse for everybody, but for sure for you, to like do a major spring cleaning, especially, you know, northern hemisphere is spring. But clear out all that debris and garbage and whatever in your life. I just want to add a little smudge here. You know, and do that smudging and do that cleansing and clearing at this time, because it really is going to be like supercharged, powerful for you. Okay, did I read the beaver? Let's read it. Builder, dreamer, familiar, friend, dweller of land and water, afoot in two worlds. Your diligence can change the flow of the river. Be the architect of your life. Those last few lines there. Your diligence can change the flow of the river. Yes, you can change the flow of the river, change the flow of your life. Be the architect of your life, yes. Some of you may be even building with an architect, working with an architect to do remodeling or building or something too. All right, let me go ahead and grab your lots of love. It says safe. So this Ace of Cups is somebody that you may be entering into a new love relationship too, maybe with another air sign. But it's somebody that you feel really safe with. You feel at home, like you feel safe. It feels good. Okay. I feel good. Soon. Coming soon. To a theater near you. Okay. And then last but not least, let's get the don't look a gift horse in a mouth. So if somebody wants to help you, you know, that's not really usually a Libra thing where you wouldn't want help. I'm going to put my stones up here because the light is shining. There we go. Put the stones up there. And put that there and that there. Better. You know, somebody, oh, you know what, I haven't brought out my amethyst. I used to always have my amethyst handy when I'm doing the reading. Yeah. Let's bring in the bad boy. The big bad boy amethyst here. Girl. It's a little dusty. Okay, yeah. So, you know, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Somebody's making some kind of offer to you on whatever level, then it's like, yeah, accept it. It could be cool. It could be good for you, right? Okay, I like that better. All right. Thanks for tuning in, Libra. Again, if you want to go into more depth about these eclipses and everything, that Aries Ingress reading is going to be the only transit reading in the foreseeable future. Possibly the only transit reading for the year. I don't know if I'm going to do the summer solstice one. So if you want to look at this astrology and all that, then this would be the time. This is going to be your last chance to get it. All right, next let's look over to the sign of Scorpio. Well, again, Scorpio, everybody's, you know, everybody's affected. I heard everybody plays the fool. I think I got that song for somebody else earlier. But yeah, everybody's affected by the eclipses. So the new moon in Pisces one could actually be a little bit more positive for you. It's a nice trine to your sign, nice water trine. If you're Scorpio rising, that's in your 5th house. It could bring a new romance, new creative venture. The Aries Equinox is in your 6th house if you're Scorpio rising. But again, if you wanted to get that reading, we'll dive into all of this. And we'll look at it. And when I do the reading, it's not whole sign houses. It's your actual, you know, your actual chart with your actual house cusps and everything. I know it might be a little Greek to some people, but let's see what we get here. Okay, 3 cards for Scorpio for March of 24. It's a little something on that card. I want to get rid of it. Queen of Rods, fire sign energy, High Priestess, and 10 of Swords. Ooh. Okay, let's go into the next 3. And this is from the Morgan Greer. By the way, links to all these decks and tools that I use are going to be in the description. I know a card went the wrong way. Oh, it's right here on the bottom. So, was there another one? Just let me see. That was it. That one wanted to come. It flipped the wrong way. 7 of Cups. I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3. 7 of Cups, 6 of Rods, and Chariot. Well, 6 of Rods and Chariot are kind of similar. And even the imagery, if you look at these, don't they look sort of similar, you know? But it is, you know, whatever this, I mean, you got 10 of Swords. We can't not look at the elephant in the room here. 10 of Swords is, you know, you've really been through something. 10 of Swords is where you've been hurt. I've been hurt by love. So you've been hurt by love. It's a metal song. I'm not finding it. I've been hurt by love. Queen of Rods could totally be talking again about the Aries Ingress. I know I sound like a broken record. Aries Ingress eclipse, but I mean, it is a big deal. fire sign energy, which Aries is, but it could be a person too. No gender in these readings, so whoever. Fire sign energy, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. It's interesting to me because this could represent the Aries energy, and then the High Priestess could represent the Pisces energy to a degree. You know, this is this, but you know, most Scorpios, I think all Scorpios are pretty psychic. You know, you all have that. The best psychics I've ever known, the actual psychic ones, not just the BSers, you know, most of them have Scorpio somewhere, rising, moon, whatever, and Pisces. Those are the two that are, you know, true psychics in my estimation anyway. But anyways, a lot of times Pisces are very psychic, but they just won't do anything with it, you know. They're just like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I know I'm Pisces. I know I'm psychic, but I don't, you know, I don't want to. They don't want to do readings or come out as anything, you know. But the Scorpios, you know, are very often are the ones that are out there doing the readings and that are actually doing real. I'm Scorpio rising, you know, that are doing the real readings. And I have Venus and Neptune and Scorpio in my first house. But anyways, back to this. You are very intuitive. And you knew, I feel like you knew all along that this was going to pass. You knew that this isn't the right thing. This could be somebody, I feel like there was somebody interfering for many Scorpios. But you were, you know, you might have been losing hope. You know, you kept doing your visualizations, you kept doing trusting your intuition, or your guides are telling you, no, it's not good, it's going to change, this isn't going to be forever, blah, blah, blah. And you were just like, yeah, but when you look in the outer world, that's all you see is it's still happening. It's still happening. I'm not getting out of this. I'm still being punished. You know, that's what I'm hearing. You may feel like you're being punished or something. Well, your intuition was right all along. Keep doing it. Don't give up. Seven of Cups. Keep doing that visualization. Keep moving forward. And you've got, these are both cards of triumph over any adversity of whatever kind, you know. Six of Rods is triumph and victory, usually having to do with some kind of acknowledgement, you know. I mean, maybe somebody, you might even get an apology. You know, the person might even come and say, you know, you were right about that. I'm sorry that I did this. Maybe not for everybody. But, you know, this is the Phoenix rising from the ashes. And there's the ashes, right? And there's Phoenix rising. And Phoenix is also an expression of the Scorpio energy. The Phoenix rise from the ashes. So this is you all the time. Death and rebirth. Death and rebirth. That's indicative of your entire existence, Scorpio. That's what you're signed up for when you incarnated with Scorpio, okay? And so this is, you could say the death. 10, it's the end. You know, so then it follows the new thing. But it was always there. You always had that inkling. You always had that belief. You may have slipped into doubt here and there, but now, as we move into this fire sign energy, what you've been dreaming of, what you've been hoping for, definitely seems to be coming true in a big way for you guys. It might be something that you feel you lost out on, but if it was something that you lost out on, know that something better is coming along. Keep that in your visualizations and your manifestations. Something better is coming along. Something better is coming along. The universe has my back. All right, Scorpio, let's go ahead and get your animal totem for the March of 2024 thing. Go. Every time a goat comes up, I always feel like there could be a Capricorn involved too, okay? But goat is, you know, being that tenacious goat and just keep climbing up that mountain. They don't give up. They don't care what. I always say the goats will eat those tin cans to get to the top of the mountain. Okay, independent, ambitious, rugged, curious, unfaltering perseverance and determination, climbing to new heights, Chariot, right? Top of the heap, overcoming obstacles, success after hard work, yeah. So you're going to get to the top of that mountain. You're going to get past all this ugliness, all this doubt, all this, you know, I feel like I want to even cruelty. I feel like some of you just feel like you've been treated really cruelly. But Scorpio, you endured and you survived, and now you're coming out in a whole nother place, way better. Marriage, I got the lots of love, could be a marriage coming up for some of you. That would be amazing, right? Well, you know, the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, which is next month, we'll talk about it more next month, but if you get the Aries Ingress reading, we'll talk about it for sure on that. That's going to be in your 7th house. So, and your 7th house is the house of, like, marriage and partnership, so that wouldn't be surprising for Scorpio rising. So I already did the lots of love. Let's get the lots of answer for Scorpio rising. Or no, Scorpio, rising sun, moon, everybody. Funny I'm saying that because I was talking about the Jupiter. Okay, let's see here. Doubtful. No, that's okay. I think it's doubtful that you're going to get that apology. Because when I said that right away, I felt like, oh, that's not happening. Okay, let's see. One more. Love is blind. Yeah. Well, maybe some of you, maybe you kept going back for more. Maybe somebody was treating you bad and you just kept going back for more and kept going back for more, hoping that they would change. I don't see that. If that's the case, I don't feel like they're changing. I feel like you're changing, all right? You're changing, and therefore everything around you is changing as well. And it's really, you know, highly connected into this fire sign energy, therefore probably the Aries ingress time frame. So it looks like, you know, you're really overcoming a lot, Scorpio. I know Scorpios are like, that's all I do is overcome. Well, again, when you incarnate with Scorpio in your chart, that's the name of the game. That's the name of the game. What is that? Beach blanket bingo. Wow, that's an old one, huh? Well, maybe you need to go to the beach, or maybe you need to go to bingo. Who knows? At any rate, Scorps, thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to check that rising and moon sign because there's a lot going on. And again, the Aries ingress, limited time for this month. If you want to get in on it, we go into all sorts of stuff. It's not just about that. So it's like 2 or 3 readings in one. It's really a lot there. All right, next we're going to go on to our Sagittariuses. Hello, Saggies. You're another one, being the fire sign that you are. You know, the Aries energy is fire, so that's a nice trine. The lunar eclipse is in Libra, which is air, which is very harmonious with fire energy. So you might be able to get through this maybe a little easier than some of the other signs, but you know, it's going to vary from sign to sign. It's going to be different for everybody, of course. Okay, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for some reason on that. Okay, let's go ahead and cut 3 for our Aries. I keep saying Aries. I'm going to do it again. Let's do one more shuffle. I keep saying Aries just because of this whole thing with this Aries eclipse. Well, the Aries eclipse will be next month. It's just so prevalent. And the Aries ingress and everything. But let's go ahead. We're doing Sagittarius. Okay, 3 cards for Saggies, Sun, Rising, and Moon for March of 24. Star, beautiful card. First card out, Star. Beautiful energy, raining down blessings. The Emperor. And then finally, the Page of Pentacles. Nice. Some money's coming through the Emperor. Maybe some of you, Emperor could be somebody who's going to hire you for a job or makes the decision that increases your money. Usually it's like they hire you for a job or something, but maybe it's somebody makes a decision in, like the judge in the court, you know, and it says, yes, you win the money, you win the court case, you get the money. Or makes some other kind of decision. Well, is a backer or finance, wants to finance you or something. 3 more cards for Sagittarius. We've got Page of Cups, something in Pisces time. Next, 6 of Pentacles. There's that money again, getting that money, getting that raise or that more increase, and 6 of Rods. So some of you might get an offer in Pisces time for some kind of new money situation, because 6 of Pentacles is the increase in money, getting the, you're getting the raise, or you're getting the new job, or you're getting the next level of this financial thing. And then the 6, that's more about the money thing, although there is accolades attached to it, but 6 of Rods is all about the accolades. So if a lot of people are competing for this loan or this grant or this job, you're going to be the one that is, shines, it's head and shoulders, that everybody's going to look to, and that the Emperor is very taken with you, I'm hearing. The Emperor is very taken with you, and not in a creepy way. This is all being set up and handled over here with the star energy. The star is that higher spirit guides and everything. They're bringing down the blessings. Whatever the star is next to, the Emperor, bringing in that Emperor energy into your life. They're attracting what's meant for you. The star brings down the blessings to earth for us to connect up to what's meant for us. And it certainly looks like it's going to be some kind of big victory or step up for you, or increase in money, getting a job, getting the raise, getting the backing, getting the financing. And you come out the victor in the end. So it looks like a great month for you, financially anyway, there, Sagittarius. Okay, let's see here. What is going on for Sag? animal totem, the owl. Well, of course, the owl is all about that wisdom and everything. You have, I feel like you, the owl is representing you as in this scenario, that you have that wisdom, you have that experience, you are that advanced soul, or that advanced person, that experience that you've gained. That's why the Emperor is entrusting you or hiring you or wants to pay you, because you are that owl. You know, you are that the wise one. You have the experience. Silent flyer of the night, occult messenger of the spirit realm. Well, there you go. It could be star too. Transmuting through expansive vision, clearing of obstacles at a miraculous rate. Yeah, once you make that decision and you decide you're going to align, everything falls into place. The other thing is that eclipse, that happens during eclipses. All of a sudden, clearing of obstacles at a miraculous rate. That could go right along with the, with this. For some people, it could be some kind of health thing too, I feel. Like if you've had some struggling with your health, I feel like you're going to really make some really big strides there. And clearing of obstacles at a miraculous rate all of a sudden. And the Emperor, in that case, that might be some kind of practitioner, healer, doctor, somebody. Okay, lots of love. Separate. So somebody could be separate or separate, but if it's with somebody, you might want to keep your finances separate. That's kind of what I'm feeling. And another thing is, I'm going to make a noise. Another thing is, I feel like if you're in a relationship, you might want to keep, your finances separate, but also you might want to keep your home and work separate. Like, don't poop where you eat, in other words, Don't mess around. Keep it strictly business, you know what I mean? Keep it separate. Okay, gotta keep them separated. Seemingly, so that's a yes. That means it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. And then lastly, lots of proverb. Be the change you wish to see. Yeah. So, I mean, it feels like you're already really right on track with that. You're just waiting on the word from the Emperor here, who's going to offer you the money, offer you the position, offer you whatever they're going to offer you. And so by just being, staying in your zone, staying in your confidence, know that you're being divinely guided too. When you have this star and this owl on either side of the reading, you're definitely being divinely guided towards the things that you're wanting, All right, Sagittarius, well, thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to check your rising and moon. Again, one more mention on that Aries Ingress, last call for that. If you want to get in on it, this is the month to do it. Beyond the Aries Ingress, we'll also look at the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. We'll look at the Chiron North Node conjunction. As it relates to your chart, we'll look at both of the eclipses. So there's a lot of stuff that's packed into this reading this year, because it may be the only astrology reading I'm going to offer this year, but I'm not for sure on that. But anyways, let's move on to the next sign of Capricorn. Well, hello, Capricorns. Like I mentioned for some of the other, I think I forgot to mention it for Libra, but I've told you this before, but in case others haven't seen it, you're one of the cardinal signs. There's the cardinal cross. We have Aries and Libra. Aries and Libra happening over here, right? And then there's Capricorn and Cancer making the cardinal cross. So your sun sign also triggers that seasonal change. When the sun moves in December into Capricorn and the solstice, that's when the season changes. So all the on these pivotal times of these ingresses, cardinal ingresses, this is cardinal signs are really strong in there, and both of these are making a square to your sign. So sometimes when it's a square, it may feel like a push. Sometimes you may have to, it could be like it's a dead end and you've got to turn left and you've got to turn right. You can't, you can't keep going down in that same direction. But, change, you're affected by it, for sure, okay? All right, let's shuffle up for Capricorn. Let's get our first 3 cards here. Let's see what we got. The star in the exact same spot. And I shuffled and cut the deck. King of Rods, fire sign energy, probably Aries Ingress. And then 2 of Pentacles. Maybe doing 2 jobs, working 2 things. But let's get the whole picture before I elaborate too much. Next, we're going to do 3 cards for the bottom. That was in the last spread too. 6 of Rods, 7 of Rods, and the Hangman. Okay. Star is definitely sending you messages, sending down blessings towards you. Star is always, a very high spiritual card. It's about your guides, angels, sending down those blessings, sending down those beautiful messages to you. And what is it? I always look at her water cups flowing down into the Six of Rods. So some kind of big victory is coming your way. I feel like with the Seven of Rods and the Two of Pentacles, you may be, you may have too many things on your plate right now. Let's go through some things here, Capricorn, because that's you, Capricorn. If anybody, you and Virgo are the workaholics of the, and I know I'm Capricorn sun sign, so I know, and I've got more than two things going on right now. So you've always got a lot of irons in the fire, right? And sometimes that can just be a little bit much and a little bit overwhelming, and you probably are maybe doing two different gigs or things for money, or you're trying to juggle these two different things. Let's do one at a time, because Spirit is definitely leading you to some success. Let's take a break here, especially around, I want to say, around that Libra, well, even the Pisces new moon, but more so on the Libra full moon. Let's take a break. Let's do the hangman thing. Let's contemplate. Let's just pause for a minute. Let's put our stick down and the money down, and let's just stop. And let's just get some enlightenment, because Star's trying to send you these messages. Star's, trying to pull in these blessings for you. Because it's got to be one at a time, I feel. So maybe one you just got to put on the back burner for a minute here while you work on one. Finish it to completion. That's what they're saying. Because you might have, a whole bunch of different, all these balls in the air. You might have all this different stuff going on. And let's take one of them. Let's finish it to completion, and then when we're done with that, then we move on to the next and the next. And there's an order, because you're scattering your energy with these cards, and that can you can be burning that candle at both ends. That's the Capricorn thing, right? Because you're so powerful, you want to get it done. You want to get it done. You want to get to that mountaintop and everything. The King of Rods is right in here, right by this star. So the King of Rods is a fire sign energy, which could be a Leo, an Aries, or a Sagittarius person, right? But it also could be talking about this Aries ingress. We might be looking at this Aries ingress as that's going to be the tipping point when this person shows up. Now that's a motivator, but I thought I saw mentor. And let that happen too. Look at these words, and if that moves around or it seems like it says one thing when it says another, definitely pay attention to that. But yeah, he's a mentor or motivator. He or she, they're motivator. This is somebody that's going to help you. I'm picking up like Sag energy, like 9th house. This could be a publisher for some people, or an editor. If you're working, you may want to have a second set of eyes on whatever you're doing. If you're trying to do everything yourself, and you've got 2 or 3 things going on, and you can't really do a good job on any one of them, and maybe you're just too, you got to hone it in a little bit here, Capricorn. Hone it in, calm down, connect with Spirit, ask for help. Maybe let another set of eyes look at it, give you a few pointers, or even, maybe this is even just hiring somebody to do some of the grunt work that you don't like to do. Maybe that's somebody that can, do the emails, or update your website, or whatever you don't like to do. Those are things I don't like to do. That other left brain or right brain stuff, the stuff that's more of, the administrative work, I don't love doing that stuff. It pulls me right out of my zone. But anyways, let's get your animal totem for Capricorn, the snake. Well, the snake is Kundalini. The snake is also, I want to say with this full moon, the snake is very much about shedding your skin. Shedding your skin and letting go, because it feels like there's some residual energy, and maybe clearing some of the clutter out of your home and out of your environment. Maybe doing, if it's in the northern hemisphere or even the southern, doing a cleanup in your yard, your garden, getting the leaves or whatever, clearing out that kind of stuff, because make way for that fresh new, that new birth, that green new skin, okay? Kundalini activation, carnal knowledge, portal to awakening, primal chi medicine. The new you is emerging now, yeah. Let's hone our energy in, Capricorn. Let's hone it in and focus on one thing at a time. You're going to make a lot more. Yeah, I've made that decision for myself recently too. I'm working on this deck. I'm getting really close to being done. I should be done. I'll probably making an announcement next month. But I've been really getting into ceramics again. And there's a few I haven't painted, and I don't know when I want to paint. But it's just like, let's just finish the deck. Okay. Finish the deck. And then we can move on to the next thing or the next thing. Because, you know, putting together a deck is a huge undertaking. And I'm not using any AI BS. You know, I'm an actual drawing it by hand and coloring it by hand. I've been noticing some AI decks popping up. I get this one in my feed all the time on social media, and I'm so sick of seeing it. But, you know, that's just me. But, you know, when you do AI art, they stole it from other people. They programmed it in. There was somebody that was busted, or not busted, but an employee who talked about, oh, we're going to put in this artist style or in this artist style. So they scanned in somebody's hard-earned work of, you know, art that took them years to develop a style, and then, you know, people are just passing it off. But, you know, I don't want to get on my soapbox. Let's get this one. Bully. Somebody's a bully, huh? Or, you know what I feel on that one? I feel like you can be a bully to yourself. I think I do that too. Bully for you, bully for me. Gotta get a ring check on. Fame, fame. Well, fame and the star cards there. Maybe some of you are going to hit it big in some way. Fame. Gotta get a ring check on. Fame. Okay, next. Lots of answer. Agreed. So that's a yes. And then finally, we got lots of proverb. Be careful what you wish for. Well, usually be careful what you wish for is because you can manifest something negative. Well, you can manifest a nervous breakdown if you're trying to keep all these ducks, you know, all these balls in the air too long here. Let's calm down. Let's work on one thing at a time. Let's get things in order. Get organized, ask for help, and make it new. You know, then we could start the new thing next and next. Let's make a list. Get a Virgo to help you. Capricorns are big. I'm a big list maker. I got them all over. I still have paper lists that I make all the time in my kitchen here when I'm doing the reading right now. And then I have, you know, on my phone, I have those color notes. I've got, I don't know, hundreds of them. Yeah, so make that list. Check it twice. Prioritize. Get your priorities in order, because you're scattering your energy. You're trying to run here and there. You're going to burn out. You need to take a break. You need to get those downloads from Star. Star and the higher force energy is going to let you know what the next thing is to do. And finish that, and then have a little break, and then move on to the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. Okay? Set realistic goals for yourself. That's what the guides are coming through with. Okay, Capricorn. Well, like I said, you guys are definitely in the mix for this Aries Ingress. If you want to get in on that reading, you got this is last call for Aries Ingress reading. Maybe the last astrology reading for the year. It covers quite a bit. It covers the Ingress, but also the eclipses, the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. It covers the North Node Chiron, a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, let's move on next to the sign of Aquarius. Well, Aquarius, just because nothing's really happening in your sign this month as far as anything, Pluto still is freshly in there, and it's making contact with all these different planets as they cross over into your sign. So it's not like you're just, nothing's happening for you. You're definitely still in a process of reacclimating, and, you know, a lot of energy focused in your way, over your way. You've got the Two of Swords making that decision, the World and the Four of Swords. You're another one being an air sign. You know, the full moon eclipse is in Libra, so that's an air sign. In the Aries Ingress is in fire, so fire and air, you know, they're more harmonious with you. So that could be more harmonious with you, but you know, the eclipses really affect everybody, so nobody gets out scot-free on these eclipses, I'll tell you that. Okay, let's get our 3 cards for Aquarius, for Sun, Rising, Moon, for March 2024. You got the King of Cups, the Strength card, and the Ten of Cups. Look at that. Well, some of you, you know, you might be falling in love. I knew that we were falling in love. I tell you all the things I've been thinking of. Yeah, so, I mean, some of you, if you've been waiting a long time and you've been wanting to get married, like you've been with somebody for a long time, they might pop the question. This could be the time when you finally make that leap, or maybe that's the actual wedding. Ten of Cups is not just the marriage card in weddings, though. It is great happiness, joy, celebration, culmination of joy and happiness. But the Strength card tells us, and this even, the Four of Swords, tells us that you've been waiting a long time for this. You've been waiting a very long time for this, and you're finally starting to see it happen. I love that the world is here, because the world says it's bigger, better, more than you were even anticipating. I mean, 10 of Cups, how can you really get more than that? But yeah, apparently you can. So over the top, happiness, joy. Somebody makes a big decision. Maybe this person finally says, come on, let's get married, let's tie the knot, or let's do that big thing that we've been wanting to do forever, or talking about doing forever. Or maybe they've already proposed, and this is you making that decision, saying, yes, I want to do this. This is exactly what I want. And, you know, you're just building something really beautiful, like having a beautiful life right now. Things are really going to be going, and a lot of love energy, major emotional love energy. Well, let's see, is that your 5th house? Let's see here. If you're Aquarius rising, it's actually going to be in the Aries Ingress is in the 3rd, and then the Eclipse is in the 9th house. Well, you know, with the 9th house Eclipse, and then the 9th house, and the world there, maybe you're going to be doing some travel. Maybe you'll have an opportunity to travel to new lands or something. To new lands, that are ships across the sun. We are young, oh, oh, don't well, we threshing out. I want to go, we'll be the western shore. So now you better stop. So our only goal will be the western shore. So maybe you're going to be going to the western shore of somewhere. Okay, let's see here. Ooh, rat. You dirty rat. Okay, we got the rat card. So, I mean, that could be too. Maybe it's been a long time, because maybe some of you have dealt with a rat and you felt like, man, I don't know if I can really trust again. You know, I don't feel like I can really trust. I don't know if I can... You know, you feel there was a betrayal, but you've gone through the healing. But this is a different thing altogether. This is not a rat. This is bringing in big-time love energy. Wow. Okay, let's see here. Sneaking, slinking, hiding, stealing. Fear, lack, hoarding, squalor, surviving in harsh environments. Release what no longer serves you. Yeah, release that. I feel like for a lot of you, that's already behind you. That might have been more as Pluto was really moving in there. You know, maybe a rat was uncovered. Oh, you know what? I was going to pick up the Lots of Love, and one just fell out of the pouch on the ground. Somebody, we're going to use that one. It's fun. We had fun on the run. Yeah, so have some fun. You know, don't worry about what that rat did. They'll get what's coming to them. You know, it's not for you to worry. It's for you to focus on this beautiful energy, this 10 of Cups in the world. Say yes. Make that decision and say yes. Say yes to the dress. All right. And your answer, lots of answers, is easily. Make it easier, easier to wait. Ooh, she may be weary. What do we got for a proverb? What do we got? All's well that ends well. Well, isn't that the perfect thing to go along with the 10 of Cups? All's well that ends well. Yeah, you've been through some stuff. You had your healing, but now you're in a better place. If you had stayed in that situation, you would have never found this true happiness and this true love energy that you seem to be really immersed in from the month of March. Looks fabulous, wonderful, marvelous, wonderful, and have some fun. All right, Aquarius. Well, again, if you want to look at, because that Pluto stuff, it's hitting other stuff in your chart. Highly likely you have Mercury or some other planets in Aquarius too. If you want to look at astrology, a psychic astrology reading, which includes the Aries Ingress, both the eclipses, the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, the Chiron North Node conjunction, it's all in there, and this is going to be your last month to get it. I know many order every year. Thanks to everybody who already has. And next we'll move on to the sign of Pisces. Alright, Pisces, well, it's your one and only new moon. You get your new moon every year. New moon, full moon. Happy birthday. Your solar return is a super powerful time to manifest your reality. The new moon is on the 10th. So even if you were late February Pisces, you're still going to be feeling that energy on that new moon on the 10th. It's so powerful this year, and this year too, you know, you've got the Saturn energy in your sign. So as I say, I think I say this too much, but not everybody's heard it every time. You are manifesting things that are going to be very long term, for the long term with Saturn, long term foundations, long term ramifications, long term. It's going to be in your life for a long term. So choose wisely and think about that. Is this something that I can live with for the next 30 years? Because really, well, 27, 28, 29 years, but, you know, just round it up to 30. But let's see what cards we have here. The Two of Rods, Eight of Cups, and Ten of Pentacles. Wow, look at that. Pisces. Pretty good here. All right, next three. Next three for Pisces Sun, Rising Moon for March of 2024. What do we got here? 1, 2, and 3. The Chariot. Boy, that Chariot has been out quite a bit this month. The Devil. And then the Hierophant. You know, when I laid out the Devil card came out, I heard the devil you know. So that's that old expression, better the devil you know than the devil you don't know. Let me just get a quick sip of water. And that's a, that's an expression that talks about, you know, being afraid to move forward because at least this is familiar. Even if it sucks and it's miserable and I hate it, at least I know what to expect. Whatever's out there could be worse. Well, I'm here to tell you that's not the case, all right? Especially when you've got Chariot right next to you. Chariot is the highest success card, and it's a card of major shift and change. It's the phoenix rising from the ashes. So whatever you're in bondage to, there's a way out. You have this phoenix energy that could rise up from the ashes and put you in, you know, a whole new light and a whole new life, especially because of that new moon in your sign. There could be some, and this one also is about leaving the past behind and moving on symbolically, right? And I've got this moon energy on, so it could be your new moon or even the full moon of the eclipse. But when you get these two cards, the Chariot and the Eight of Cups, these two together almost always is going to indicate actual travel. Actual movement, actual travel. So could be a relocation, but it might just be going on a trip or a journey or something like that. Two of Rods is here. It's like you really got a handle on who you want to be right now. You're looking in the direction, and it's a good direction for you to go in. You see the way to go. You see the light at the end of the tunnel. The path before you is opening and illuminating towards you, and you can, you know, it's all clear. That's half the battle in life, just finding that right path to go down, because a lot of times we end up here because we're fighting, you know, we're going down the wrong road. We all do it, you know. When you align with that purpose, then things start really rocking and really moving. Whatever you're moving towards some nice money over here with the Ten of Pentacles. But again, sometimes Ten of Pentacles is property, you know, so it might just be you're selling, buying a house, or signing a lease, you know, and that could be part of this whole travel scenario too, like you're traveling to a new destination, a new sensation. And then you have the Hierophant here. The Hierophant is a big group or organization. I mean, if you're going to be moving, selling, buying a house, this could even be the bank that gives you the money. You know, you get the loan through the bank or the credit union or something. Because these keys are standing out to me too, like you would get the keys to the house or something, or the keys to the condo or apartment or whatever it might be. The Hierophant also, though, I feel it could be, you know, it could be part of the community, all right? When you're moving or this change, maybe that's just an energetic change or an energetic shift. You know, you could be changing to this new place is going to be a welcoming community, or a community that you're more comfortable in or something. I just look, I could forget, is it Hetfield? The guy from Metallica. I just looked over, and this guy reminded me, it looked like that dude. I think it's Jem Hetfield, or I'm not sure, James Hetfield. The lead singer or guitar player of Metallica. It looked just like him there for a second. I saw his face on there. I mean, maybe you're going to go to a Metallica show. I don't know. Maybe some of you are going to be traveling or following Metallica around on the road. You know, they have those deadheads that follow the Grateful Dead, or did follow them around all the time, and you know, maybe you're going to be following Metallica. Maybe you're going to be touring. So I know a lot of musicians watch. Maybe you're going to be opening and touring with Metallica. I don't know why that just grabbed me right then. It looked exactly like him. Or maybe it's just something else, you know. Maybe because this is kind of reminds you of metal too, doesn't it? This devil. It's like, yeah, metal, man. throw up the metal horns there, whatever. But I don't know, that was just so weird. I've used this deck for decades, and it's never did that before, so it really looked like him for a second. Anyways, but whatever you're traveling towards, it's more aligned with your path, and you got this nice money. There'll be financial You're going to do okay financially. You're not going to be like just, okay, yeah, I'm going to throw myself out. But Pisces, you would do that. You know, you would just throw yourself out there with no assurance of any kind of stability. But this Ten of Pentacles, well, there's Saturn too. And this is Saturn energy too. It's Capricorn Saturn energy. You know, that's going to give you that, that stability. Okay, let's go ahead and get the animal totem for Pisces for their birthday month, their solar return birthday month of 2024, Pisces. Bee. So busy like the bee, but bees are also, it's the birds and the bees. So there could be some sexy time stuff happening there, you know. Let's read what it says here. Fertility, abundance, creativity, propagation, strong connections to home and family, accomplishing tasks in a timely manner, taking time to taste the sweet nectar of life. Yeah, taste that sweet nectar, Pisces. Things are really moving. Things are really happening. You've got Saturn in your sign. You're usually not a sign that's all that industrious or really wanting, unless you're afflicted, you know, not afflicted, but if you have Capricorn rising or Virgo or something. But this time frame in your life, you can really be establishing big foundational things and rising to new heights and having a lot of success. Okay, what do we got here for Pisces? Sexy. I just heard, I'm sexy and I know it. Well, maybe you think this guy is sexy. I don't know. Maybe your favorite bees came out sexy, so maybe you're feeling a little frisky. Maybe you're going to meet somebody at the Metallica concert. Let's get the lots of answers. We got perhaps. So, it's a maybe. Perhaps. And last but not least, the lots of Proverbs. Lots of Proverbs. I wonder if I could pull up an image of that dude, because he's still looking just like him. We are what we repeatedly do. Yeah, you know, breaking those habits. Being in those chains of bondage. Breaking those habits. We are what we repeatedly do. That's for sure. I don't think it's James Hetfield. Let me look it up. I'm going to just throw up his image on screen, so for those that aren't familiar with who I'm talking about, because it does look like him. Yeah, it is Hetfield. Let's find an image. Images. Let's see when he was younger, because now he has real short hair. Here's a really good one. Is it going to let me click that open? Well, here, I'll just hold it. I don't know if you guys can see that. There. I mean, it is kind of close, right? Oh, crap, what happened? Well, what happened? Something happened here. Oh, I got a new tab. Yeah, here we go. So I'm hoping we can pick them both up on camera. You know, it is kind of close. It does kind of look like him. I mean, every time I'm just staring at it and look at it. There's the one card in here I always call the bass player. Maybe this is going to be the James Hetfield card from now on. Where's it? I think it's the Page of Rods. Let me see if I can find it. I always call him the bass player in this deck. I don't think he came out this time. Or if he did, it didn't strike me that way as the bass player. I'll just show you guys real quick. So while we're talking this deck, the Morgan Greer, and we're talking rock and roll, maybe there's a little bit of a rock and roll. Ooh, I just heard rock and roll suicide. I was going to say rock and roll overtone, but I heard rock and roll suicide. You rock and roll suicide. Yeah, this guy I always call the bass player. Because it's like he's playing an upright bass. One of those stick basses, the newer ones, they have the electronic, it's like a stick. This reminds me of that. But anyways, well, maybe, you know, music. Many Pisces are very musical. I'm going to get him off my screen over here. I don't want that in my zone while I'm doing this. So yeah, Pisces, good month for you. Opportunity for gains, travel, connecting with new community, maybe some sexy time, maybe some rock and roll music time, but you're definitely aligning with your path. So, hey, look, I've been telling everybody, if you want to get in on that Aries ingress time, we'll look at where Saturn's going through your chart and hitting your Pisces stuff. We'll look at all that. It's an astrological transit, and there's so much to talk about. The Aries ingress, both the eclipses, the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, the Chiron North Node conjunction is in there at that time. So if that interests you and you want to get it and you haven't ordered yet, you've got a limited time. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Have the best month ever. And again, Pisces, happy birthday to all of you. Have a best month ever. Remember, your love and beauty incarnate, and we'll be back again soon. Bye.